What's up, guys? This is Heis, and today we have a really cool look at a really cool model train layout that I got to go see just a couple of weeks ago. We got invited up to go look at a fellow volunteer at the museum's layout, his personal layouts in the basement of his house that he's been working on and has redone a number of times throughout the years. But it was so cool to see. It's HO scale, and it's a big layout with lots of cool operations, as you'll see and as we'll get into. But it's based on the Delaware and Hudson Railroad, which is not a railroad that I really know about, and it's East Coast stuff, so it was totally out of my wheelhouse, but the layout's awesome. And the detail and love and care that was put into it is super cool. Let's go take a look, shall we?
First thing I'm going to do is start right here. This engine house
Oh, wow.
was made in 1963.
Okay.
And the guy that made it sat next to me in the police academy. And he built model boats. And I showed him the picture of it, and he built it and gave it to me.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it's on every layout that I have. Over on this side here, this is the harbor, this is the tugboat. This is the police boat that I drove for 17 years. So,
Wow.
this is Plattsburgh over here because they had a big yard, a service area for passenger cars. And this tower is actually modeled from mechanics from yard in New York, upstate.
Wow.
One of my rail buddies back in New York, and he lives now in Pueblo, his name is Muggs, and that's for him.
Is this that kid, or is that a different kid? The kid
That's
that went?
Walter's kid.
That's the Walter's kid.
I didn't get into York yet.
Okay, cool.
I didn't have the nerve to start that yet. We discussed a house for the paper mill for an office. And
Love the wood chip.
a friend of mine and I, we discussed having a two-story brick building. And I really couldn't put it together in my mind. And when I came back from New York on the train, I saw the damn building. So I was able to do it.
That's too much fun.
Over here, this, you needed something when you come down the stairs that hits you in the face. And we saw this picture in the magazine. And Pat said, "Why don't you build it?" And I said, "What, are you out of your mind?" So that's board by board.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how many guys know Doug Yonder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is his kit. He gave this to me when he gave up HO.
Wow.
I don't know if you guys also know that Doug Jones is from Smithtown, Long Island,
I did not know that.
same town.
Yeah, I was in a
We've
pub
known
with
Jonda
him
for
and-
a long time.
Oh, really?
We got involved in the museum and everything.
Small world.
Yeah, I did not know
This
that.
is, here up is basically the town of Worcester.
It's
This
ridiculous.
is the town that way it existed, and it's still there. This is the railroad station I built from that picture. And I went up and measured Skill coal, and then Patrick found the kit. So I was able to use the kit. And my property was up here. There's this farm up on Hill Road, and when I was in the hay business, I used to buy hay out of that barn. And that's why this is all, and I would stand right here with the kids and watch the TV, the trains, and my wife would be here in a laundromat.
Wow. Wow. This is beautiful.
This is a coal breaker in Wilkes-Barre. It's a D&A's coal breaker, and it burnt down. And I rebuilt it, so I rebuilt it with asbestos siding. And because I'm a mental case, I cut out the sheets as 4x8s and glued them on and got it down there.
Oh my goodness.
I haven't finished it naturally, but it was, at that time you could use asbestos, and they made 4x8 sheets for siding. So,
Oh wow.
They're all Mason drawings.
That's fun.
That's a beautiful.
that's what I have my office up. Excuse me. And this is the Troy Railroad Station. And I built that from this picture.
Oh wow. That's quite the station there. That's beautiful.
And this, I don't know what's going to be yet.
More to come still.
I'm working in here, and the main tracks are going to be a passing siding for the grain industry. It's still on, oof, whatever. All these towns are named after places, companies upstate New York. And this is my staging yard, because I had a helix, I had it underneath, and it was one big pain in the ass. So I said, why not leave it out?
I've never met anybody that had a helix
That liked it.
that liked it.
Yep.
Never met a single person that didn't have problems.
And
Really?
I have a helix right now.
Oh, really?
So
That
this-
doesn't give you trouble?
It would be Leo. It would be Leo.
It's a narrow gauge helix.
What was I thinking?
I have 4 interchange trains, and they all fit here. And
Wow.
I run NCE.
See, he's great.
And when I visited Troy, this is the type of houses that were in Troy. And I had a dead spot here, so I said, what the hell am I gonna do? So I made it a neighborhood.
There you go.
Um,
That's cool. That's beautiful.
So everything that comes out of this yard serves everything over there.
Okay. So you're running across the layout.
Serves the industries over here, so you gotta run on the main line. I think I have 76 feet of main line. That's what I do.
That's really something.
Crazy as could be, but
And you do it well.
thank you.
And once he finishes it, he'll tear it out and do it again.
Start over. Yep.
But I don't
Yeah.
understand.
You were here, what, 2 years ago? And how much different is it?
Lots changed.
Yeah.
And he also had a flood and had to repaint.
This island
Yeah.
here is
Cantilever everything on the walls?
what I would say is the original that hasn't been torn out. And that's because of the town of Worcester. So that's why I'm not taking it out. I'm gonna retrack it, but I'm not tearing it down. And this is gonna get widened out to about
There you
here.
go.
And you're gonna access the mine instead of accessing from here. You're gonna access the mine from here.
Oh, cool.
And
That'll kind of separate your staging from an industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so, I'm trying to figure what industries, and the corner is finished, but from there on, I don't know where we're going. I'm just roughing it out. The reason I changed it was I had a lot of small industries, small buildings, that couldn't produce enough to fill up a boxcar, which is typical of what they made. So I said, that's gotta go. And Patrick is in the process of building the wood chip loader.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's got it started, but I haven't been able to wrap my eyes around how this is gonna go. It's pretty close now,
Nice.
but, that's it.
Very cool. It's just beautiful.
It's a great layout.
No kidding.
It's got some lighting. I don't do a lot of lighting. And the friend that lights up everything, he's got a fire truck with 36 lights on it. To me, it's crazy. I do have some lighting in some of the buildings, and
Oh yeah. A couple street lights going on over here.
There's a fret on that train.
Is there? There is. Everywhere you look, there's just so much going on. It's awesome. Is there a little slice of Colorado over there?
Well, he's got a little bit.
What to do with it?
There's a little logging.
I had those cabins.
I didn't see it there, no.
Smithtown,
Oh my goodness.
and then you close it
That's
up.
ridiculous.
Need something for the log camp.
Yeah. But they had the,
So there you go.
I don't know if you heard of Jim Shaughnessy. He's wrote the D&H book, and he was a famous photographer.
Okay.
And he took those pictures.
Oh wow. Okay.
I sent him a picture of the station, and he wrote a postcard back about it. So
Until you see it next
That's
I'm
awesome.
pretty proud of it.
He should be. That's beautiful.
You said you had to take them all apart to get the wires.
Well, I had built the same way, you know, with
Oh,
the lights.
cool.
And then, so you gotta light them up. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take them apart. I said, you can't take them apart. So I had to redo them.
That's quite the industry. I like that.
This whole deal, the coal part of it involves 5 different trains.
5 different trains. Wow. Oh, there you go.
Mine's with it,
Oh, yeah.
A car in the
Half
bushes.
expected to look over and see somebody standing in front of the car getting.
When we build up mining years, we have to do this same thing, because I just love that.
I'm gonna take a look at that.
Just the illumination of those tracks with the glint of the lights on.
Oh, that's cool. That's a really fun detail. All that way it's lit up and everything.
You got an interior in the building on the right that's lit.
Yeah. Engine house is all lit up.
Pulp mill over here too, Mark. Mark, look over here. Mark,
Look at all of the things.
Mark.
Woo! That's all lit up too. That's so cool.
That crazy ramp for unloading the wood chip guns makes more sense. I've always just seen the sorry saps unloading them by hand on the east
Right.
side of Denver.
The ramp makes more sense.
Thought, who the hell came up with this idea?
Right.
Like the abandoned tank car pushed off.
You're good. You're good. Just leave it right there. I love the repurposed tender cistern water tank.
Yeah.
That's fun.
that was has to be from the 60s.
Yeah.
And that was in the magazine to do that.
That's cool. I like it. So this tour has been given by Tom Gillen Sr., who's the gentleman who built the layout and that you've seen narrating these things. And Tom Sr. and Tom Jr. are both volunteers at the museum. They're actually kind of incredible woodworkers. The amount of work and the amount of stuff that they just have taken care of, and you blink and it's done, that has been really heavy and kind of intricate work that they've had to do. And they just get it done like it's nothing. They do beautiful work. They're really sincerely great craftsmen and wonderful people. They actually have replaced like almost every platform on all the wooden cars we run. The actual extension platforms with the steps and everything. They've redone most, if not all of them at this point, actually, because they're a very stressed component on these wood cars with the draft gear and everything, and people embarking and disembarking, and the lack of protection from the elements. Put it that way. But ladies getting a new end platform?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. This is all white oak, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, I think this is some of the oak that we had to travel out of state for, because it's nearly impossible to find.
I was gonna say that's some big pieces and pretty tight grain.
Yeah.
It's nice stuff. And nice craftsmanship too. Props to the guys, the woodworking guys we got now are.
Tom Gillen and his dad, Tom Sr.
I didn't realize there was a Tom Sr. That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
They did the they did the platform on that. They got a platform too.
That's right. I remember seeing the pictures.
So this is their fourth platform now.
The platformers.
And part of it's kind of a jumbled mess when you look at how everything is.
Yeah.
All of these rods for all your retaining. You've got bolts going this way, rods going this way, and everything's fighting for the same space.
Yeah, that's a bit of a pain in the butt.
So yeah, you're
some
trying
iron
to-
spaghetti work.
Yeah. So you think you can put a hole somewhere, and then you're like, no, that's where that other bolt's got to go. And yeah, it's.
But so Tom and Tom do an incredible job with what they do, and you can see that same love and passion that Tom Sr. has in the way that he's built this layout.
So what I do, we load the barge, and it's got to go over to the staging yard. So I made a table. So I put this on the table. And I didn't want to have to tie up the tug all the time. So, it's all on plexiglass.
Oh, wow.
And you slide it out of here, put it on the table, and you bring it over there.
So you can actually transfer cars via boat.
Bring it back where it belongs.
That's awesome.
Goes over there, and you put the barge on there, and from over here, you go like that.
Beautiful.
Load it, unload it, and load it, and there's your interchange.
The guy working the yard's like saying, crap, what am I going to do with all these cars?
Don't you?
Then Dixie Cement, you had Worcester, Richmondville, Cobleskill, then Howe Cave.
Okay.
And Penn Dixie Cement was at Howe Cave.
Okay.
Well, and I don't have room to stretch it out,
So there it is. That's cool. So operationally, very point to point. I mean, does this reverse back on itself through there?
it's a big loop.
Big loop, okay.
And I originally I had another loop over here, which I eliminated.
Gotcha.
So it comes out of here. Plus I have a drawer full of trains. My through trains are done. They go in the drawer.
There you go.
I got the grain train over there and the paper train will go in the drawer, and then according to the train schedule.
Then they'll run back. The signal nerd in me is appreciating the case, the signal, and then the electric lock. Got an El Camino or a Ranchero for Jeff?
It's an
I like if you in the corner do something.
it's a 68. It's not a 69.
68.
68. Jeff's is a 69.
That's right. I like the little truss for unloading.
All these drums on the rack. My father was a painter. Yeah, he's up on the roof painting. See?
That's cool. That's a nice touch.
You see the cement truck in there?
Who's that at? Oh yeah, right in between. They got forms and they're pouring.
This building here has only one square corner.
Oh goodness.
What a pain in the ass to make
I
that.
was gonna say you just must have hated yourself to make that.
That was tough.
Fits the space well.
It does. Oh, here you go.
So this is what I do.
Paint booth and the Optivisor, the most important piece of equipment of all time.
Especially as you get older.
Well, this
biased.
is,
I inherited two of them from my dad. I haven't touched them for
this is
2.5
the guy
years.
that
Yeah.
That's what I'm using now.
Long
Optivisor.
Island. And this
My
is
granddad
over
always
about the border.
had his Optivisor.
And the rodeo one up in Evergreen here. And this picture here is my backyard. You know, I used to go down on the tracks and these guys would give me their beer bottles and soda bottles. And I go to the store with the deposit one. That was my first horse. This was Patrick's number in Cheyenne. And that was my shield number for the police department.
Oh, okay.
461. So there's a lot of pictures of 461 around. And these
America's #1 road car, Pontiac.
these are
Naturally.
the police boats that I basically ran. 3 by 5 was in the wintertime, 6 and 12 I worked in the summertime. That's my pickup truck and my Pontiacs I built. And that was 2 years ago trying to get that locomotive built.
Love that blue.
That blue is beautiful.
That's nice. You still have that truck, or?
Yep,
Oh, nice.
Oh, good.
it's up in the shop.
Good.
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
Same color and everything still?
Exactly.
Oh, good.
Awesome.
I love that
That
color.
truck's
That's
15 years
beautiful.
old.
That's a beautiful color.
Original paint job. And I talked to a guy, I crushed the valve for it.
Oh.
And I took it to the guy and he fixed it. And I said, what about painting the truck? And he said, 20 grand. So he said, if I was you, he said, I wouldn't paint it. You know, it's the way it is. And I had 60. I did it before I got married. And I rebuilt that.
And you still have that too, or?
No, I sold that.
Okay.
And that's my original 64 that I had in
Is that a Catalina, or?
Catalina.
Okay.
And I built a 64. And I
Cool.
sold both of them and kept the 48 because that's a one of a kind. Nobody's got anything like that.
Yeah.
No kidding. Yeah.
I built that myself, so.
Got to do the thing.
So we're in the process of doing all that.
That was Tom's idea.
A good idea at that, I would
Yeah,
say.
it was fantastic. The whole family.
I like the tank car. It's my Splody Boy. It's got my name on it.
And so every train that I have, not the mainline trains, but the trains, the Hicksville, Worcester, and the D&H, you make them up, you got a switch job, and you run the train, and you got a switch job.
Okay.
So there's 4 switch jobs for every train.
Oh, wow.
So this thing keeps building up the numbers.
Right.
Wow.
Each one of those is hand placed individually?
Yes.
Wow.
This whole thing.
That's very tedious. I admit.
Run over there, I'll show you something. This is my friend Jim Chittick's layout. Your Wahoo Railroad.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Well, I built this pier for him, and this is stick by stick.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
all the pilings were 5/16 square, and I planed them down with a block plane. So no 2 pilings are the same.
Wow.
Talk about being an asshole.
Gosh.
Wow.
That's how it's,
That's amazing.
That is absurd.
yeah. It is pretty much the whole length of it.
Wow. That's a labor of love right there.
Yeah. This is pineapple plantation. And it took us about probably 3 to 4 weeks to figure out, because I make weeds like this.
Okay.
And it took us I would say a month and a half to figure out how to make them for the pineapple plants, so they came out right.
Oh, wow.
Try that
And thousands of pineapple plants.
Right.
static thing that they
Drill
got.
holes and put them, cut
Wow.
twine and put them in there.
That's
And
a lot
then
of work.
the other guy 3D print pineapples, so every 3rd plant has
Had a pineapple on it.
So I built that whole thing, stick by stick, and I built it doesn't show the top of it, but this is the whole pier, all the decking, all individual boards,
Oh, my goodness.
all pre-stained, stressed. And he said to me one day, he said, "Tom, I bought a ship model." I said, "Oh, cool," you know. So we were talking about it, and he said, "You want to build it?" And I said, "Well, I never built a ship before." I said, "Oh, I'll take a stab at it, you know, if you don't mind." I look at the price of the kit, $500. I said, "This guy's entrusting $500 in me?" Holy Christmas, he must be, he's gotta be out of his mind. But it was cool. And he built the barge, the oil barge, and that's the finish. And all the rigging works. I
Really?
drilled it all out, and with the tweezers, if you pull on it, the booms and the blocks actually go on.
Wow.
Because I'm an idiot. It had to be that way.
That's the kind of madness we subscribe to.
Well, I know how it works. And it's all there, but it's static. So I said, nah, I gotta make it work.
Thank you for sharing with that.
Yeah. I've just now noticed the 567B.
Probably to go in that F unit.
Probably to go in the F unit that's got no engine in it. The list of trains.
We started at number 1. I put them in ink because my cousin said you can't read them in pencil. I said, well, it's only temporary. So it comes up to roughly 78 trains.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
And you do all the switching. Because each train, you got to make it up. It goes out, goes to the other yard, gets switched, comes back, car's got to get put away. So each train involves 5 jobs.
Gosh.
And I don't know how many through trains I have. And then I interchange between both yards.
Quite the operation, that's for sure. Without getting into any of the industries in the switching. And the coolest thing for me about this whole thing, I love seeing cool layouts, and I love all that stuff, and we love model trains, like, all awesome stuff. the coolest piece of it was getting to get this touchstone and experience and learn more about Tom and his story and the way he talked about all the little details on the layout being parts of his life. So cool and so touching and wonderful all at the same time. So a huge thanks to Tom for letting me come film. When we got invited up, it was like, oh yeah, love to go see a cool train layout. Duh. Love to hang out with the guys. And figured it would just be a hangout thing. Not I'm gonna make content for YouTube and we were just gonna go hang out. And then Dusty reached out to Tom and said, hey, like, is it okay if Mark films for his YouTube? He reached out without asking me, like, you know, is that cool? Is that something that's whatever? And Tom Sr. was expecting it and was hoping that I would come do a video about the layout, which was wonderful and touching too. Because I would just love to have seen it and learned the things, but the fact he wanted to share it with you all, was wonderful. So hopefully you really liked a look at the layout. Hopefully you like model train content, and let me know what you thought down in the comments below. But I was just touched and moved a little bit by Tom getting to share his whole story about his life experience and how it's influenced this layout. And the operation's so cool. And I mean, it's a beautiful layout. It's big, and there's so many little details that, I mean, you could sit there and look at it for hours. I can barely do it justice, even with as long of a video as this is. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. We will catch you all next time.